6th inning. Chris Davis at the plate, 293 batting average, 15 home runs, and 39 RBIs. And Davis fouls this one out of play. It'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes now to the former American League home run champion and Milwaukee Brewer and Oakland A. Walda from the stretch here. And that pitch misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Chris Davis. And again, thanks to all of you for being patient with us here as we've worked on some technical difficulties, and hopefully you've rejoined the broadcast. And thanks for hanging there with us, Joe Lang and Adam Marson. Thanks to those 2 guys who were, they look like ducks on the surface, nice and calm, but underneath the surface, they were paddling away to get the game back to you. Bottom of the 5th, full count here. Leadoff batter Chris Davis for the Genomes. Here's the payoff pitch. And struck him out looking. And Walda challenges him on that 86-mile-an-hour fastball, and Davis was taken all the way, but he struck out watching it go by. Here's Jimmy Paredes. He hit a sacrifice fly and then grounded out to first base. Thanks again for joining us. And again, we apologize for the technical difficulties and welcome you back to the broadcast here. Ball 1 to Paredes. Bottom of the 5th, Genomes lead 5-0. This one outside, 2-0 now to Paredes. Great night for baseball. It's cooled off tremendously. That one low, 3-0 now. Paredes in right field tonight. He moves all over the place. And that one in there for a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike to the right fielder. Walda set to deliver 3-1 to Paredes. And Paredes hits this one high into the sky, but it's going to sail into foul territory. Montrell Marshall made the effort and headed that way, but it was out of reach. Full count now. And Walda set to deliver the 3-2 to Paredes. Outside, and JP will get a walk here. So with 1 out, the Genomes now with a base runner for Felix P.A. Here's P.A. back to the plate. He hit a sacrifice fly in the first and then flew out to right his second time up. And the first pitch here from Walda, he hits up into the air. Now, the last time these 2 teams had a series, the Legends took a 3-game sweep over the Genomes. And I'm convinced it was because the Genomes put a 25-9 beating on the Legends the series prior to that, on the last game of the series. That pitch just misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. I mean, at one point, it was 18-0 Genomes. And the Legends had enough of that. They came back home, and the two teams met again. The Legends took all 3 games in a sweep. Strike 2 to PA. And that was the last time the two teams met. Now, the Genomes are looking to return the favor, especially since they're tied for first in the wild card race to make the playoffs. And the Legends would love nothing more than to ruin the Genomes' chances of getting to the playoffs. Here's the 1-2. This one chopped over to the first. Tejeda smothers it, can't come up with it though, and PA gets down the line safe. And now runners at first and second for the Genomes. So now 2 on, 1 out. Now, if one of the viewers on YouTube can type into the comments that you can hear the game, I'd appreciate it. Because without you all giving us feedback, sometimes we don't know. And I saw where somebody had made the comment they didn't have sound, and due to that comment, we were able to go figure it out. So thank you for doing that, and we appreciate it. And thanks for joining us. If you're just now tuning back in, we had some technical difficulties, and Joe Lang and Adam Marson worked on it and got it figured out. No balls, 1 strike here to the catcher, Austin Rye. That one inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1. Foul out of play, 1-2 to Austin Rye. A special shout out to some very special people. Want to say hello to Curtis and his new little baby girl, the beautiful Kaya Jane, who are here at the game tonight. This is her very first professional baseball game, Kaya Jane. So welcome, and welcome to Earth. Your Uncle Will Painter says he loves you, and he's glad that you're here. That pitch is inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Austin Rye, 2 balls, 2 strikes. He's a .246 batter. 7 home runs on the year for him, 42 RBIs. And that one inside, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count now, 1 out. For those of you watching, hopefully you have sound now and you can hear the game. And thanks for rejoining the broadcast. We appreciate it. Here's a payoff. And runners go, and they throw it down to third, and they tag him out. And that will end the inning. That was a double play. As you see the strikeout to Austin Rye here, and then the throw down to third base, and they get Paredes trying to sneak a steal there. So the double play ends the inning. We're headed to the 6th. It's 5-0 Genomes. This is Genomes Baseball on the Legends Baseball Network. Welcome back to Wild Health Field. Top of the 6, Henderson Perez, the catcher, steps in and looks at strike one. Villanueva now through 5 innings has only thrown 67 pitches. That was pitch 68. That is incredible efficiency. He's also throwing a shutout no-hitter for the Genomes at this point through 5. And this is the second time a Genomes pitcher has gone this deep. Dustin Beggs went 6 1/3 with a no-hitter on the Legends. 0-2 now. Henderson was signed on with the Legends on the 23rd of this month, so just 3 days ago he became a Lexington Legend. So they have an issue out there in outfield. The Moe's Southwest Grill door to the clubhouse was open, so somebody had to shut that. And Jimmy Paredes says, I got it. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, but he did get a piece of it and stays alive. Genomes tonight, 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors. Legends, no runs, no hits, 1 error. It has been all Genomes tonight. And quite honestly, Ian Walda, the Legends pitcher, has not pitched bad. Swing and a miss here, and that's another strikeout for Eli Villanueva, and the second time he's gotten Perez. That's the 8th strikeout of the night for Eli Villanueva. And here's Teo Martinez. Top of the order on deck, and Darian Sanford. That one's low in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out here. Top of the 6. Legends trail, still looking for their first hit. Here's the 2-0. This one popped up into the air. Right fielder Paredes comes up, and he'll make the catch, and that's out number 2. And now the top of the order for the Legends as Sanford comes up. This will be his 4th trip to the plate tonight. Or third trip to the plate. And strike 1 to Sanford. Sanford tonight has been struck out both times he came to the plate. And this one, a nice little liner, but went foul. And 0-2. He was way out ahead of that one. A changeup at 78, 79, and oh no, I hope it didn't hit a child over there. It looks like they've stopped play because a fan did get hit with the baseball. And, okay, so they are walking her over. It was a young, it looks like a little girl. And hopefully she's going to be okay. She did walk on her own power over there, but they're going to take her over there and have a look at her. And Eli Villanueva still waiting to see if that little girl's okay. And All the players are as well. And looks like the team owner, Andy Shea, is walking over there too. Both trainers, the one from the Legends and the Genomes, have hustled over there to make sure she's all right. You know, when the owner of the Legends and the owner of the Genomes, who's one and the same, makes his way over there to make sure that the little girl's okay, that's when you know you're at a family-friendly environment. They want to make sure that she's going to be all right. Swing and a miss here, strike 3, and that's the third out of the inning. So the Legends, after 6, still no hits, no runs. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. Genomes lead here 5-0. We'll be right back with Genomes Baseball on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. So you can close a book on Ian Walda as he leaves the game, and he did not pitch bad, folks. I mean, 5 runs, 5 hits through 5 innings. David Sanchez, you get a look at him, number 16 on the bump, and he will replace Ian, and he'll face Yuri Perez. Perez, first pitch here, 92 miles an hour, pops it up into the sky, and Tejeda glides over to foul territory and makes a catch for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Gavin Johns stepping in. He is flied out to center and then grounded out, or grounded into a fielder's choice. He reached, but they did get the out on the play. Here's the 0-1 to Johns. And that one misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike here to the shortstop, batting .290. No home runs, but 18 RBIs on the season. Check swing there. I think he went. Yep, they said he went. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Big shout out to our technical director, Adam Marson, and Joe Lang for getting through that technical difficulty and getting a solution to our problem for the sound. And thanks to you for tuning back in and being patient with us. We appreciate that. That one chopped, and he'll run down the line, Johns, as it's going to go foul, though. And the count will stay 1-2, and he'll come back and grab the bat and try it one more time. It has been all Genomes tonight. Johns is over 2 tonight. Milbauer is in the on-deck circle. Here's the 1-2 from Sanchez. And it's going to be a chopper to third. Marshall grabs it and fires to first. Tejeda, did he stay on there? He did. And that is out number 2. So a ground out to third. And John's now over 3 on the night, but his team with a 5-0 lead. And here's Clayton Milbauer. He doubled his first time to the plate and then walked a second time up and scored a run. And first pitch to him, strike 1, 94 miles an hour on the corner. That's a tough one to go after. Great pitch by Sanchez. Fastball in the corner. Here's the 0-1 from the stretch. Kicks, fires. Tried for the corner again this time. 1 ball, 1 strike. It has turned out to be a beautiful night. The clouds have moved away, and that one in there misses. 2 balls, 1 strike. But those rain clouds have moved away, and we only got 2 or 3 little drops. Nothing, no accumulation anyway. And it's clear skies, hopefully, from here on out. Nothing but baseball. And this one fouled out of play. It'll be 2-2. As Milbauer gets a piece of the 94-mile-an-hour fastball that time. Sanchez is 6'1", 175, and he's a young fella, 23 years old, from the Dominican Republic. That one outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count now. Born in January of 1999. Here's the payoff. Oh, that looked good. 94. I thought that was a strike for sure. He was signed by the Legends on August 23rd, just a few days ago. He came from the Visalia Rawhide. They released him July 18th. So 1 on, 2 outs for the Genomes here in the bottom of the 6th. Luke Becker coming back to the plate. Sanchez also played for the Reno Aces, and this one gets away, and the runner goes, and there'll be no throw as Milbauer makes it safely with that pass ball. He was part of the Arizona Diamondbacks organization and even stayed in for the extended spring training back in 2018. I mean, he can throw some heat here. He's only 23. He's got a bright future ahead of him, throwing mid-90s right now. Here's the 1-0 to Becker. Becker hits this one, and it gets into left field and just squeezes by Geraldo, and Milbauer comes around to score. And it is 6-0 Genomes here in the 6th. And Becker puts another RBI onto his total. 6-0 lead for the Gnomes, and here's Chris Shaw with Becker on first and 2 outs. The Genomes have not let up as they have scored 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the fourth, and now 1 here in the 6th. And the pitch from Sanchez outside, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. That one right down the middle. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shaw gets walked more than any other player on the Genomes team. And it's not even close. That one outside as well. 2 balls, 1 strike. Shaw's been hit 4 times by pitches. He's been walked 81 times. Next closest is Becker, and he's in the 50s. This is a grounder to short. They fire to first, and that will end the inning. But the Genomes get a run. They lead 6-0. This is Genomes Baseball on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. We'll be right back, everybody. Well, if any Lexington legend is going to break up the no-hitter that Eli Villanueva has going through 6 innings, it's this guy right here, Brandon Phillips. As we start the top of the 7th inning, Eli Villanueva has allowed no runs and no hits from the Legends. Now, an issue with the batter's box there is Phillips. He found something there in the batter's box area and picked it up, gave it to the official, who gave it to the Genomes ball boy. First pitch here to Brandon, ball 1. BP, are you with me? .260, 3 home runs, 13 RBIs. Swing and a miss here on a 89-mile-an-hour fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's the 1-1 low. He did not go around. 2 balls, 1 strike to Phillips. Here's the 2-1. Brandon hits this one deep left field and caught at the warning track. My, oh my. Boy, I thought Brandon had him one there. That would have been number 4 on the season, and he just missed it. And now with 1 down here in the 7th inning, the left fielder, Courtney Hawkins, comes to the plate. 36 home runs on the season, 91 RBIs. Courtney Hawkins leads the Atlantic League in home runs. He got a couple more on the road trip. First pitch here, fouled back, strike 1 to Hawkins. He's got a 6 home run lead over Carlos Franco from the York Revolution, who has 30 home runs of his own. And they're the only 2 with 30-plus home runs. And the 0-1 popped up by Hawkins high into the sky. You know, the difference between a ball that's popped up into the air like that and one that goes out is about a quarter of an inch. And they say that was fair territory, so that's out number 2 either way, but fair territory. So a pop out to first base. And with 2 down in the top of the 7th, Isaiah Tejeda comes in for his 3rd trip. He has popped out to the first baseman and grounded to short. And the first pitch here from Villanueva, strike 1. 85 pitches is where Eli Villanueva sits right now. Here's the 0-1, and that one in there for a strike, 0-2. Typically, you want that starter between 15 and 18 pitches per inning. Villanueva right now is averaging about 13. Just under. He's averaging 12-point-something pitches per inning at this moment. As that one misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Tejeda. Tejeda, 246 average on the year, but 22 home runs is good for 2nd place on the team. Here's the 1-2. That one in the dirt, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 64 RBIs on the season as well for Tejeda. He is 2nd on the team in home runs and RBIs. Only 1 stolen base on the year, but he's only tried once. Now he'll call timeout and step out. 12 RBIs. He does have a triple as well this year. He's been walked he's been walked 50 times this year. And he's 2nd on the team in sacrifice flies with 3. This one, a little chopper to 3rd. Picked up by Melbauer, thrown over. And 7 innings, no runs, no hits for the Legends, and Villanueva keeps it going. We're heading to the bottom of the 7th. Genomes 6, Legends nothing. We'll be back right after this. Chris Davis leads it off here, bottom of the 7th. And the first pitch to him, ball one high at 88 miles an hour. Jeff Thompson on the mound now as he replaces David Sanchez. This one outside, 2-0 now. Davis over 3 tonight, 291 on the season, 15 home runs. And here's the 2-0. Thompson from the stretch, kicks and fires in the dirt, 3-0. Three balls, no strikes to Davis. And that one inside, a 4-pitch walk, and the Genomes have a runner on base, no outs, bottom of the 7th. You know, it'd be something. You know, Davis has 15 home runs. If he hits 3 more, he'll be tied for 8th in the league for the season. In 6 weeks. That's incredible. And here's Jimmy Paredes, the right fielder. First pitch to him, strike one. Thompson finding the strike zone on that pitch. As the first 4 he pitched did not make it in the strike zone. That one does. So hopefully he's settled in. Davis is on first. And he's throwing to Paredes now. Paredes goes for that one up top at 90 miles an hour, strike 2. You know, Luke Becker's number 1 on the team in just about every offensive category, and Paredes is number 2. Paredes with 100 hits, Becker with 114, but Paredes does lead in doubles as he rips this one into left field, and a base hit for Jimmy Paredes, and now he is 1 for 2 on the night. Two on, nobody out. Two on, nobody out, bottom of the 7th. Jeff Thompson on the mound for the Legends. Genomes with a 6-0 lead, and the story of the game so far, Eli Villanueva with a no-hitter through 7 innings. He has no-hit and shut out the Legends through 7. You know, and people think that guys don't think about that when they're out on the mound. Yes, they do. You know, even guys like Nolan Ryan would say he would think about it after 4 innings. If he had a no-hitter through 4, he would think about it, but he didn't think much of it. After 6, then you start really thinking. That pitch inside, it's 2-0 now to Felix PA. There's a good look at Jeff Thompson, the Legends pitcher. Two balls, no strikes, 2 on, nobody out. Here's the 2-0. And this one chopped right back to Thompson. They get 1, and that's it. Or did they? As the throw from Thompson was so far off the bag, I don't know if – I think they did get the 1 at second. And Phillips caught it. Yeah, Phillips caught that one, so they get the force at second. So Paredes will take a seat as he gets – Phillips made the catch down there, so he touched the bag. They get the force out at second. Davis goes to third. PA will be at first on a fielder's choice. And now the top of the order again. or excuse me, not the top of the order. Austin Rye coming in, 7 home runs, 42 RBIs. That one inside, ball 1. 2 on, 1 out. Runners on the corners for the Genomes. Austin Rye has struck out twice and hits this one high into the sky in center field. It's going to be shallow center. Going back and making the catch is the shortstop, Manuel Geraldo, for the Legends. And now 2 outs. Davis stays at third. No tag up, as does PA at first. And Yuri Perez coming back to the plate. He was hit by a pitch his first time up, and then he singled to left his second time up. And they popped out to first his last trip to the plate. And this pitch from Thompson in there for strike 1, 88 miles an hour, hits the corner. And Perez behind 0-1. Long look in from Thompson. He's appeared in 18 games this year. That one bounces in front of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's appeared in 18 games this year. He's pitched 54 innings. He's struck out 53. He's walked 40. One ball, 1 strike to Perez. And Perez hits this hard, but it's going to sail foul over the Mattress Overstock warehouse. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now. I want to thank all of you for joining us on YouTube tonight for the first game of a 4-game set between the Kentucky Wild Health Genomes and the Lexington Legends. Doubleheader tomorrow. First pitch is 4:30 tomorrow afternoon. First pitch, game 1, 4:30. Game 2, 30 minutes after the conclusion of game 1. Genomes right now are tied for first place in the wild card race. So every game to them from here on out is, do we make the playoffs or not? The Legends are 14 and a half back in the wild card race. In their division, they're only 10 back, so they have a better chance at winning the division. So their focus is on winning the division. Genomes are 7.5 back in the division, but are tied in the wild card race. So they are focused on staying ahead of Lancaster and High Point. Runner goes, and a line shot caught by Tejeda, and that will be out number 3. What a play by Tejeda as he dove to his left, smothered the ball before it got to the outfield, and robbed Perez of a hit. Look at that. And that will end the inning. After 7, Genome 6, Legends nothing. We're headed to the 8th, folks. Or 7. After 7, 6-0 Legends. We're headed to the 8th. This is Genomes Baseball on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. Top of the 8th, Tillman Pugh will lead things off for the Legends. And the first pitch from Villanueva in there for strike one. The story is Villanueva has a no-hitter, folks, and we're in the 8th inning. No balls, 2 strikes to Pugh. Here's the 0-2. Right down the pipe, and Pugh goes down on 3 straight pitches, and the 88-mile-an-hour fastball blows right by him. And that is the 10th strikeout of the night for Villanueva. And that is the first time that Tillman Pugh has gone down on strikes tonight. Montrell Marshall up. Now Montrell hit one deep left field, but it was caught at the warning track. 0-1 to Marshall, 1 out. Top of the 8th. That one in there for strike 2, 90 miles an hour. Villanueva is absolutely firing on all cylinders tonight. No balls, 2 strikes. This one in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Marshall. You know, as a coach, he's the pitching coach for the Genomes. As a coach, you teach your guys how to do things, but he's actually out there showing them how as well. That one in the dirt. 2-2 now to Marshall. Because, you know, a coach, every now and then they'll get some sass from a player like, oh, if it's so easy, you do it. Well, he's doing it. Here's the 2-2 to Marshall. And Marshall stays alive and fouls the fastball back at 89 miles an hour. Count stays 2-2. Marshall 0 for 1 tonight. Here's the 2-2. Marshall hits it foul again. So we're going to pitch number 7 for this at bat. I mean, just a magnificent performance so far through 7 1/3 innings. He shakes off a pitch there. He says yes to the 3rd pitch he sees and fires that one. Oh, man, that was in there, but not in there enough for a strike. Full count to Marshall. Here's the payoff. Marshall hits this high into the sky, right field. Paredes running over towards the foul line. And it's going to be in the seats. So Marshall will get another swing here. Ten strikeouts for Villanueva tonight and 1 walk so far. Are you kidding me? 10 strikeouts and 1 walk? Marshall hits this one deep right field, going back to the warning track. And is that out of here? Home run, Montrell Marshall. My goodness. The shutout is over, and so is the no-hitter. Montrell Marshall hits a 340-foot shot to right. But I tell you what a performance by Eli Villanueva through 7 1/3, and the fans know it. Even the Legends fans stood up and gave him some applause as they knew they were watching a special performance tonight. But hats off to Montrell Marshall as he puts the Lexington Legends on the board And don't forget, the game is not over. And the first pitch of Geraldo in there for strike one. And Marshall's got to feel good down there in the dugout. I mean, that was home run number 17 for that big guy. This one right back up the middle. And grabbed and fired to first, Johns, and that's out number 2. So a 6-3 out after the home run by Marshall. And you see, they're not down there slapping fives and celebrating because they want to win the game. It's business in the dugout for the Legends. They're still trailing 6-1, and they're all watching out on the field, staying focused. That is a good attitude to have at this point. In the 8th inning, attitude reflects leadership. So those guys are still tuned into the game. Henderson Perez, here's the 0-1. And he'll chop this one towards second. He rushes it, flips it with the glove, and what a play by Luke Becker as he pulled a Brandon Phillips and grabbed it with his glove and threw it with his glove as well. As you watch this replay, this is something BP made a habit of doing in Cincinnati, and that'll be on the highlight reel. Headed to the bottom of the 8th, Genomes 6, Legends 1 on a Montrell Marshall blast to right field. We'll be right back, folks. Bottom of the 8th inning, Gavin Johns comes to the plate. It's been all Genomes tonight, with the exception of a solo home run by Montrell Marshall just moments ago. Swing and a miss here. And Johns behind 0-1. Jeff Thompson comes back out to the mound. No balls, 1 strike. Bottom of the 8th inning. Here's the 0-1. That one misses upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gavin Johns, 288 batting average, no home runs, 18 RBIs. But I think, I'm going to make a prediction, Hugh Davis and Dave Kaplan. By the end of this weekend, Gavin Johns will have home run number 1. By the end of the weekend, Gavin Johns will have his first home run. He's going to hit one. He's come close. 2 balls, 1 strike. Thompson stares in from the stretch and fires. Swing and a miss there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That pitch there, 89 miles per hour. Thompson, a big dude up there on the mound. And here's the 2-2. Johns pops it into the air. It's going to sail over to the seats there and out of play. Thompson, 6'6", 250. And he does have some heat. Throws in the low 90s with that fastball. And swing and a miss here, and he gets a strikeout on Johns. And that is out number 1 here in the bottom of the 8th as they throw it around the horn. That's the first time tonight Johns has been struck out. But he is 0 for 4. He's hit the ball every time up except that one. Or at least put it into play. Clay Melbauer coming up. His first time up tonight, he doubled to left center, then he walked. And this pitch outside, ball 1. So 2 walks on the evening for Clayton. So he is 1 for 1 with a double. That pitch is outside as well, 2-0 now. Here's the 2-0. This one hit straight up into the air, shallow center field. Brandon Phillips goes back. It's shaded towards right now, and he'll make a catch for out number 2. BP out there making plays. Luke Becker coming up. Top of the order here for the Genomes. Bottom of the 8th, they've got a 6-1 lead, 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th. Becker is the leadoff hitter. First pitch to him in there for strike 1. Batting .294 on the season. Here's the 0-1. And this one lined to third. Marshall picks it up, fires to first, and that'll end the inning. That's 8 innings in the books. Genome 6, Legends 1. And the Legends with their last chance coming up in just a minute. 1,617 have come here tonight to watch this titanic struggle between the Legends and the Genomes tonight. Again, attendance 1,617. We'll be back with the 9th inning. This is Genomes Baseball on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. Welcome back to Wild Health Field in Lexington, Kentucky, as we are ready to begin the ninth inning. Legends trail 6-1. One run on one hit for the Legends. That was a Montrell Marshall solo home run in the eighth inning that broke up the no-hitter from Eli Villanueva, who went 7 1/3 with a no-hit shutout. Jamie Callahan has come out after 8 innings. You can close the book on Eli Villanueva. He gave up 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error through 8. No errors, through 8. So a fantastic performance by the pitching coach / starter for the Genomes tonight. And here's Jamie Callahan, and he's got an 0-1, now 1-1 to Teodoro Martinez, the former Kentucky Wild Health Genome himself, who traded loyalties midway through the season. Teo for 2 tonight as a designated hitter. And hits this one straight away center, running up and diving, and he gets by him is Perez. And Teo around first, now past second, headed to third, and he's going to be in there easily. Teo Martinez leads things off here with a triple, setting them up for a legendary comeback, possibly. So Martinez, the leadoff hitter, he's in the 9th spot in the order. So now Darian Sanford is the leadoff hitter, and he steps up to the plate with a runner on third and nobody out here in the top of the 9th. Legends trail by 5. Could it happen? And why not? It's called Wild Health Field. Why not some wild things happen? Could you imagine shutout, no-hit baseball through 7 1/3, and then the team you're playing comes back and wins it after you had a 6-0 lead through 8 or through 7 1/3? It's happened before. That one inside almost hit Sanford. He turned and got out of the way. 2 balls, no strikes. Sanford has struck out all 3 times at the plate tonight. Batting .220, 1 home run, 9 RBIs. 2 balls, no strikes. That one gets the inside corner, strike 1. Brandon Phillips on deck. Courtney Hawkins in the hole. The meat of the order coming up. Here's the 2-1 from Callahan. He kicks and fires. Sanford pops it up, and it might make it to the seats and out of play, and it does. Just over the net. If that net wasn't there, he may have had a chance. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Two balls, 2 strikes to Sanford. And this one upstairs. 3-2 to the Legends center fielder. Callahan a 2.25 ERA this year. Trying to close this game out and give Villanueva the win. And he'll walk Sanford. 2 on, nobody out. Runners on the corners for the Legends. And here comes that dude, BP. Brandon Phillips coming up to bat. To face Callahan. Callahan's only pitched 4 innings this season. He walked 2. He struck out 3. Runner goes. Throw down to second. Not in time. Oh, it was. Oh, he got the tag on him. And that's out number 1 as they catch Sanford. Called strike on the pitch. 0-1 to Phillips. They get Sanford stealing. They tag him out. 1 out, 1 on for BP. Brandon fouls this one out. 0-2 to the second baseman. Now, if you are here and you look up on our video board, the picture you see of Brandon Phillips is typically the face he's making everywhere on the field. And that's a big smile. As he hits this one foul and stays alive, that was right in there in the strike zone. You know, all these pitchers, when they face a former big leaguer, especially somebody of Brandon's caliber, they try to dial it up. That pitch is outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And they don't try to. They do dial it up. Now, whether that translates into good pitches or not is another story. But if they think they can get out a guy that was in the bigs, it affirms what they feel, that they should be there too right now. Brandon chops this one foul as well, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. 1 on, 1 out. Top of the 9th in Lexington. Here's the 1-2 to Phillips. Runner at third, and it's upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Teo Martinez led the inning off with a triple. Sanford walked, trying to steal. They caught him. That was the out. Genomes are going to get plenty more of the legends as there are 3 games in 2 days beginning tomorrow with a doubleheader. And Brandon hits this one foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Genomes are the home team for this 4-game homestand. Then both teams get a Monday off, and then they flip it. And the Legends are the home team for Tuesday through Thursday, with the Genomes being the visitor. 2-2 to Brandon Phillips, 1 out, runner at third. Callahan from the stretch, checks his runner at third, gets a sign, kicks, fires, and it's upstairs, and it's a full count. He's made an attempt to strike out Phillips, and Brandon has fouled off everything in the zone and laid off everything not. Almost like he's done this before. Full count. Here comes the payoff pitch from Callahan. And he got him on a fastball 90 miles an hour, and Brandon still can't help but to smile. And that's out number 2. Great at bat for Phillips, just came up empty this time. Two down. Runner at third, Courtney Hawkins. It's up to him to see if we can keep this thing going for the Legends and get them somewhere close to that number 6 before the inning's over. First pitch inside to Hawkins, ball 1. But if not, guess what? There's always tomorrow, twice. You get to do it twice tomorrow. And this might be it as Hawkins hits it straight into the air. The catcher, Rye, calls everybody off and misses it. In foul territory, it went off of his mitt, and Hawkins walks back to the batter's box with 1 strike. Now what we're going to talk about tomorrow is if the Legends come back and win it. And we're all going to remember that play. But if they don't, we have plenty of baseball in front of us over the next week between these two teams. Here's the 1-1 and strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Hawkins. These two teams met a couple, well, I'm going to say probably 10 days ago, 7 to 10 days ago, I believe. The Legends swept the Genomes. So you knew when the Genomes came back from their road trip, they were going to have guns blazing. Hawkins to shortstop, fires to first, and that will end the game. So Hawkins grounds out, and that will do it, folks. Genomes tonight, 6 runs on 7 hits, 1 error. Legends, 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error. So the Genomes win tonight, 6-1 over the Lexington Legends. We'll be back tomorrow. Don't forget, gates open at 4 o'clock for the doubleheader right here at Wild Health Field. For my public address announcer, Will Painter, and our DJ Picasso, Adam Marson was our technical director. Joe Lang assisted. Logan Weiler on the video board. Hugh Davis was our official scorer. Dave Kaplan was our MLB stringer. I'm Steve Tressler. That's a final from here in Lexington at Wild Health Field. Genomes win 6-1. They'll stay in first place in that wild card race. These two teams come back tomorrow. First pitch 4:30 for game 1 of the doubleheader. And we'll see what happens tomorrow as these two teams will meet for the second time in 2 days on the way to a 4-game, 3-day homestand for the Gnomes. Final 6-1 here. That's all for this time, folks. Until next time, have a great time. Good night, and go Genomes.